Hello, I'm Brian from Jank Fuzzball, and welcome to day 10 of the 12 days of dollar packs. As you can see, we have only 3 packs left, all the way to the force, of course, and we're going to choose one of those and open it up and see what we get. We've had a run of rares, as you would expect. We had 4 rares to start, then there was a legendary, super nice, and then we've had 4 more rares. So is there a chance that we might see a legendary? I certainly hope so, but there's no guarantee, of course. Such is the life with the collectible card game. All right, so which one of these should we go with? I'm feeling the middle. So let's open the middle one. We are going to take those 2 away and wish me luck. All right, here we go. Day 10. Oh, okay. This is good. I like this. This is not a legendary, but it is a great card. 000. He is an awesome Dr. Aphra asset. And if you want to run Dr. Aphra at all, you really need 000. He's a 2-cost villain support droid, yellow, as you can see. He has 1 melee, 2 melee, 2 melee for $1, a disrupt, a discard, and a resource. No blinks, which is pretty nice. There's a card, I can't think of it now, but it's the one where you can turn a dice to a blank. Or I've tried to do that before. Or maybe it's force jump, and I've tried to use it on like this, and then Greg has to point out that there is no blank on 000. So one of the rare cards in Star Wars Destiny that does not have a blank. Makes him super useful. However, the best part of this card, of course, is after you deal indirect damage to yourself, you may deal 1 indirect damage to an opponent. So if you've ever had the pleasure of piloting an Aphra deck, you know that you're really trying to deal yourself indirect, and then that allows 000 to really get to work. If he is paired with BT1, then all kinds of shenanigans happen after that. But I do love me some 000. What a great pool, especially if you're playing Aphra. Even if you're not playing Aphra, let's say you're working on a starter set, I think starter set, Grievous, where his power action is to reroll droid dice. I mean, that's pretty good. And Grievous you'll often find in an Aphra build. So there's the reason. All right, the uncommon. Look at that, long-term plan. That is a useful plot. It is a red hero plot. It costs you 3 character deck building points. Action, exhaust this plot to place 1 resource on it, or to resolve one of your dice, increasing its value by the number of resources on this plot. So the odds are round 1, you're exhausting it, you're putting a resource on it. Round 2, you're going to do it probably again. And starting in round 3, you can exhaust this to resolve one of your dice, pumping it by 2, or you can keep ramping it up. I've tried to use it a couple of times, but I would say my buddy Greg has used it way more effectively. He has like a trooper build, a hero trooper build, and this can be really annoying for sure. So nice 3-cost plot. So if you have a gap after building your team, and you're playing hero, of course, look at long-term plan. Let's get to our comments. Partners in crime. So there you have a couple of bounty hunters in the art. It is a 0-cost villain yellow event. Resolve any number of your dice showing a disrupt as if they were showing indirect damage or vice versa. I love I love the gimmickness of this card. I just haven't had the guts to play it really, because you're really relying on seeing a lot of disrupt or a lot of indirect. And then, I just haven't found the perfect build for it. I like it. You're either taking their money away, so you're weakening your opponent that way, or you're dealing indirect damage to them. And it kind of comes out of nowhere, either one. It can be, you're flipping one to the other. So I love everything about this card. I just haven't been brave enough to put it in a deck. How about y'all? Anyone run this? I think it's a really interesting thing. But again, you have to kind of build, not necessarily build around it, but you need to make sure you have plenty of disrupt and plenty of indirect as well. Next up, triple threat. There we go. That's a nice one. 1-cost blue villain. So outside of the plot, we're running villain today. Reroll 3 character dice, then turn one of them to any side. This could be great mitigation, or it could help you out of a jam if you rolled poorly. So there you have the Inquisitors from Rebels. It is a 1-cost villain event. So it's nice. They have to be character dice, so you can't do support or upgrades or anything, but you reroll 3 character dice, then turn one of them to any side. The trick there is there's then, so you have to reroll 3 character dice. So if there are not 3 character dice on the table, you really can't get the extra benefit of turning one of them to any side. So you're paying 1, you're getting to reroll. Now it can be a mixture of your dice and your opponent's dice, but you have to turn 3 in order to then focus one of them to any side. So I've certainly included this in blue villain decks. I think it's really, really useful. There's other kinds of mitigation, but this gives you flexibility. I like the flexibility of impacting your own dice or your opponent's. And the last card on day 10 of the 12 days of dollar packs. Look at that. It's upside down. It's Righteous Cause. 0 cost hero yellow event. Has ambush. Move 1 damage from one of your cards to another one of your cards in play of the same type. This is really interesting. This is a nice mirror to Nefarious Deed, right? Which was kind of the villain counterpart, which we saw previously. So 0 cost, it has ambush. Move 1 damage from one of your cards to another of your cards in play of the same type. So that's significant because if you're going from a support, it needs to go to a support. If it's going from a character, it needs to go to a character. And it's staying within your side of the board, so you're not able to interact with your opponent. But move 1 damage from one of your cards to another of your cards in play of the same type. And of course, it ignores shields. So a couple of interesting hero cards. This will potentially keep you alive a little longer. Some really interesting villain cards. Even though I know this is kind of the jankiest of them all, this is actually the one I'm kind of most interested in trying to play. I've had this card for a while. I've kind of thought, like, how do you even build around it? And now I do believe Partners in Crime is going to be the one from this pack that I really want to kind of focus on. Can't complain about Trip Zero. Such a powerful, powerful villain support, particularly with Aphra in mind. So overall, well done. That's pretty awesome. Trip Zero is a great card. And, even if you don't have Aphra or you don't want to build around Aphra, that is a really nice support. There's no blanks and it's got 3 damage sides. And if for any reason you are dealing yourself indirect, it has an additional benefit to bounce that back to the opponent. So really, really cool. That's day 10. I'm having a blast. It's a lot of fun. The only annoying thing is waiting each day to open a new one. Sometimes it's fun to just rip through them and go. But here we are. Only 2 days left of the 12 days of dollar packs. Again, these are packs all purchased at Barnes & Noble when they were on sale for $1 a piece. So it's all good value to me. I'm getting enjoyment just sitting here opening them. And I hope you are too. So thank you for following along. We have 2 days left of this wonderful excursion. And I hope to see you tomorrow for day 11 of the 12 days of dollar packs. Thanks a lot.